Whoa, yes, people, welcome to another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on Sarcasm City TV, brought to you by myself, Lawless Mr. Take Note. I am joined by my two fellow co-hosts, Yan City and Ryan, and this is the members special as well. Well, one of the members special, we're doing one tonight, and we'll be doing one on Sunday. So that's why you see Nippin and Wayne here. Get me? What's Nippin got? He's got Southgate out. And Wayne is saying sexy Wayne molds. And of course, we got returning. It's been a minute since she has been on the channel as well. You will be definitely seeing her on a more regular basis. Eleanor is in the building. So I'll start with you, Eleanor. Long time no see on streams, first and foremost. Secondly, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? It's been a long time, but I'm glad to be back.
It's great to have you back. It's been a minute. We need to make sure it's not as long next time having you on streams.
Exactly.
100%.
And again, thanks for having me because I'm really grateful.
Yeah, anytime. And we'll go to one of the members in terms of, 007 molds, aka Topless Wayne, aka Wayne molds. You know what I'm saying? What are you telling me, Wayne? You good?
Captain America. What can I say? This face, it screams sexiness. You know what I mean? You can't help it. Look at this. You know what I mean? It's like models want this face. Just trust me.
Hey,
no, I'm all good.
Confidence.
I'm all good. I'm grateful. Obviously, I'm been the streams all day with you, but it's all good. Yeah. And but I want a second. Great to see Anna back because it's been too long. She's a great YouTuber, and it's great for her to get back on the scene and back where the family is in Sarcasm City.
Yeah, man, 100%. I know I have to ask you on the show. You know what I'm saying? That. How are you? Even though we've been on 2 streams already. I seen you about an hour ago. Like I literally, and then before that,
you see me more my missus.
I've seen you must be my second one. Let's say that. Yo, Nippin, how you doing? You good and everything?
I'm doing great.
I'm doing great. Try to treat me as some side dish. That's ridiculous. Sorry, go on, Nippin.
I'm on holiday, you know. Yeah, I'm on holiday.
Where are you?
I'm in the middle of Bedford. In the middle of Bedfordshire.
Do your thing.
In a little, yeah, I'm on a free diving holiday, and no, not what Bruno does. Proper diving.
Hey. Why are you coming out here slandering my guy? There's just no need for that. You know what I'm saying? Just because your guy doing up, you get me on the bench. Your number 9's on the bench in the Euros.
Mo Salah.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, get Ryan in it. Ryan, personally, I wouldn't have that.
Good. Yeah.
What did he say? I didn't hear.
He dissed your guy Mo Salah and that. Said you're there in your Salah socks.
That guy 24/7, man. I don't care.
Yeah. All right, geez. So you're not even backing your man.
All
right.
He hates Ryan. Salah. That's why I wouldn't have dissed him.
Why won't you diss him, but you'll diss me? What kind of shit is that? What kind of shit? So you'll go at me, but you won't diss Ryan.
I didn't know you loved Bruno. I didn't know you loved Bruno.
Him. It's Manchester
he loves
United.
Ollie.
You know that's my less of that. Yes, Ollie tax is hefty.
Tax to absolutely all my players. Ollie tax exists.
Ollie tax does exist. Facts, Eleanor. See, this is why I like Eleanor in it, because she understands that she don't be out here dissing me or trying to slander my good name. But over to you, Ryan. How you doing? You good and everything?
Elena has a worse tax than Ollie. Elena has Levy tax.
Yeah, it's close. Well, Ryan, what you saying? You good? First, you good?
Yeah, man. I'm great, man. I'm great, bro. Just on some sort of vibe today. Happy to have Eleanor, officially my favorite female YouTuber on Sarcasm City. So yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, she's on mute in it, so she can't hear me. So that's cool, innit? But like, yeah, man.
You're gonna come back absolutely roasted.
Yeah, I'm happy in it. I'm happy, man.
She can hear you.
She can't hear me in it, but when she goes on off camera and mute, trust me, she can't hear in it. But yeah, man, I'm buzzing in it. I'm happy in it. Yeah, ready man. To also see, ready for the Love Island recap show. So excited, man. Ready for Fast and Furious 9. Yeah, man, lot to look forward to, innit? Lot to look forward to.
Okay. Well, yeah, if you haven't seen the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A before, it's where you lot get to ask us any question, any sport. So any sport, past or present, you can put us to. And like I said, the reason why you see Nippin and Wayne here is because it is this is a membership special. So when both this one tonight and the one on Sunday will be a member special. The link to join the membership is underneath the video as well. But please make sure if you're watching on YouTube, you hit that like button. Let's get the likes up on the video. Share it across all the socials and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell because we go live every single day. Big up the Twitch gang as well. We are on Twitch, which is at Sarcasm City TV. So I will get to the comments. You lot, any questions you have, get them in as well. Ravi here is saying, smash up the likes and sub to the channel. It's free man like Morgan. Road to 3K, big things are going. Yes, it is road to 3K. I think we're under 70 away, I believe so. Fraser Heath says, yo, big up fan, big up to you. Timo here is saying, so what are we on? Way of Peace slander, the Luis Suarez of NBA slander, Alvaro Fraudetto, Joachim Low Tax, Nipping and Wayne, fraudulent Werner haters. Wow. Timo came out firing. All right, Timo. Jesus.
I'm going to rip Alvaro Morata a new one today.
Okay. Take it away.
If you think Werner is shit, just look at Timo Morata. So not Timo Morata, what am I saying? Sorry, Fata. Alvaro Fraudata.
It's because he's better than him, that's why, innit? Morata over Werner all day long.
I'm not going to comment.
See, Wayne don't even want to agree with
Morata.
that.
Morata.
I watched the Germany game, so I'm not commenting. But
yeah. Let me get to some more of the comments as well. Big up the Don 903.
Might score against us in the next round.
Yeah, it's a possibility. And Timo here is saying, flawless.
Guys.
No stress, Nipping. Flawless, tell me which one's worse. Luis Suarez biting Ivanovic or Fraudtrick Beverly headbutting my young guns, Devin Booker. So for those that don't know, that's a basketball reference. He's talking about Patrick Beverly and Devin Booker, and something happened between them yesterday. He's just always hating on Patrick Beverly in it. So I don't understand why, but it is what it is. Big up Shocks as well in the building, who is a co-host and going to talk from the Arsenal on Mondays with Cam. He says, big up the big boy panel. The Don 903 is saying Pinaldo was in full force tonight. So let's get to it anyway. Let's get to the title of the video. France, Germany, and Portugal all through to the next round. It was a pretty exciting day of the Euros, actually, because every time a goal was going in somewhere, me and Wayne and Lewis was trying to put together who was going out, who was finishing third. It was very complicated. Maths isn't my strong suit whatsoever. Go on, Eleanor.
It was like Tottenham's manager search. Every time it was a different name. But the only difference is at the end of the game, you know who you're playing. We still have no idea after how many days. That's the only
hear
difference.
That. Facts. 100%.
God, how many managers now? Is it 8 that's turning you down?
I mean, probably more than that.
It's probably a full 11. It's probably a squad. Maybe a couple subs in there as well.
I would turn it down as well.
Yeah, right. And you're a Spurs fan. That is kind of peak still. And you are a Spurs fan as well. Where else we at? Pinaldo was in full force tonight. Hey, it's not his fault. He got 2 penalties in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ravi says, big up Eleanor. Are you still doing the show with your dad?
I need to get back on that. Probably in the new season or once we get a manager, because right now we're just very angry with our club. So we need to get a manager, and then we can actually do a stream together and actually talk about what to expect. But at the moment, I swear I would have done 100 streams saying it would be this person and that person, and it's not.
There you go in it. Yeah, but you lot make sure you subscribe to Lily White TV. Excellent content
TV
as well
on YouTube. This is my Instagram, but yeah,
there
Lily White TV on YouTube.
Make sure you do that, people. Make sure you do that. Love to everyone who's locked. Fraser Heath also says hasn't been his best in the tournament, but Morata has 20 goals in 43 games for Spain. Not too bad. Who's he scored those goals against though? Here's the thing that we need to get to. International football can be very deceiving because people are telling me Italy are this, Italy are that. They're unbeaten in 30 games. So we was on a live stream and I went and checked who they played. They played my team. It was ridiculous, the teams they've been playing. Your Lithuanians, just hella minnows. Like, they beating all the teams you would expect them to beat. Italy a good side. Yeah, good defense, good goalkeeper. I think their midfield is excellent. But I look at that front three and I go, that ain't it. With Insigne, Immobile, Barelli, Chiesa, I'm like, I don't think that is it. But anyway, back to today. Obviously, we'll start in it with the game of the day, which was France-Portugal. Even though Germany-Hungary was very exciting. That's the watch-along we did, and Wayne was on following the Germany-Hungary game. And France-Portugal was good. 2 top teams going at it. They kind of cancelled each other out. And this is why 3 of the 4 goals were penalties, because both teams were defensively solid, and there wasn't much given away with all the talent on show. like Pogba, the pass for Benzema for the second goal was sheer quality. What Lloris was doing for, let's get into the penalties actually. Were they penalty? We'll go to you, Jan City. So the first one, did you see Lloris when he punched I think it was Danilo, who he nearly knocked out. Was that a penalty for you?
I think he went in a bit rash. A lot of the time the goalkeepers get the benefit of the doubt in them situations, but he didn't on this time. But I think you can't really argue with that. For me, it was a pen. I think the second one was France's first one was never a pen. This is really soft, that one.
The one on Mbappe.
The one on Mbappe, yeah. The first one was definitely.
Mbappe dived, didn't he?
Yeah,
Let's say that. It wasn't no dive.
It was just a soft pen. I wouldn't have given that. And then the third one, I think that was the most obvious pen. The third one.
There were so many. Oh, the Koundé.
That was Koundé. Yeah.
Koundé, the handball. Right.
Yeah.
There was so many. I'm trying to remember which one.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one was the most obvious.
Well,
pen.
the French have been known for scoring through handballs. I'm not gonna lie.
This guy, you know.
But yeah, that for me. Two of them were pens. I think
I'm pretty sure the Irish will know all too well.
Yeah. You're talking about the Thierry Henry. Yeah, it was France. That's you're talking about the French thing about. Are you with us there, Ryan? You okay, fam? You all right, darling?
I'm just on a vibe, innit? I'm just.
You are on a high. You are on cloud 9, fam. I'm very happy for you. We're gonna talk afterwards. I'm very happy for you. We're very happy. But go on, Jan. Carry on saying what you were saying.
I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I was just.
We'll ask him afterwards.
I was just gonna say the first and the last one for me were pens. The second one, very, very, very soft. And I think it's a little bit unfair from a Portugal perspective. Oh my gosh, 1 minute.
It's all right. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. No stress. That's the Tottenham job calling the
Yo,
Ryan. Ryan, your thoughts on it? The free penalties. What was your thoughts? What do you think was a penalty? Which one wasn't?
Today, man.
What were the free penalties? What's that? Yeah, the penalties.
Oh, the first one was the punch. Lloris doing some bloody Deontay Wilder shit, like fucking hell. So that was definitely. The second one is the worst penalty I've ever seen given in my life. Did he karate chop someone?
He did punch him. But go on, Ryan. Carry on.
Second one was never a penalty. I don't know how he gave that. I've seen that that was good defending still, I thought, but somehow it's a penalty. And the third one, I don't like it being seen as a penalty, given as a penalty, but it kind of is, isn't it? Like, considering the rules now, especially, like, it was a penalty, and Ronaldo doing his usual has a crap game and stat padding with penalties in it. So
he wasn't good. He wasn't good today. He wasn't good today. He wasn't. But he was playing. He was playing against the world's best. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why Jan sees that. She likes Lukaku.
He was playing.
I do.
Yeah, he was playing against the world's best.
Ronaldo. But
say again?
Yeah, no.
Wait. Rewind. What did you just say then? Say that again. Sorry.
It was a joke.
Oh, all right. Yeah. I just didn't hear it, so I was like, yeah, you retract that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, yeah. I was gonna say before. Like, I think at the time where France got their penalty, Portugal were on top. So I think when it leveled it up, it gave France all the momentum, and that's why Benzema got his goal. So I think it's a little bit unfair. Obviously they went through anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But if that had gone the other way and Portugal had gone out, I think it would have been a little bit unfair, because I don't think that's a pen. And the time that it came, Portugal were the team that were kind of on top at that time.
Okay.
So,
can I just? I need to get something off my chest as well about something different in it. I just wanted to get off my chest. I get really upset about the disrespect, and Eleanor will back me up on this, on one of the greatest midfielders of all time, Luka Modric. I'm sick of this disrespect. When people are putting Kevin De Cross
the best midfielder in the Premier League, get it right.
He got pocketed by. What do you mean?
When people are putting Kevin plays like the cross merchant in the same conversation as Luka Modric, it upsets me, innit? Like, Luka Modric is one of the best midfielders of all time to me. Probably the best midfielder of the past. The only midfielder I could think that I've seen play because I never saw Zidane in it. I was too young in it. But like the only midfielder off the top of my head that I can think of that's better than Luka Modric is Iniesta. I think he's better than everyone else I've seen.
Do you know
I'm
what?
being honest.
Go on, Eleanor.
The thing is, Modric's work ethic is great. Like everyone knows, he worked really, really hard to get where he is and stuff. And he done so well. And you got to think about when he was in the Prem and where Tottenham were and how much he shone. Like we were like, okay, we had Bale and Modric, and I get that they were both there at the time, but the rest of the squad was poor. And like he was brilliant. Like honestly, insane. I mean, I remember we got really upset when he left. Like, I mean, like, you know, when you start cussing someone because they've like they don't want you, like you got rejected by a girl, so you start cussing them. That's what happened.
Your butters anyway.
Yeah, butters anyway, like that. I was like, anyway, but he's brilliant. Like honestly, he's fantastic, and yeah, what he did was brilliant. So yeah, I'm very happy for him and his Ballon d'Or.
But it's like I saw this. I saw
this
YouTube stream. I saw a stream the other day. I think it was last week after the Belgium game when De Bruyne came on and won them the game. Let's be honest. And someone said that De Bruyne, hands down, the best midfielder of his generation. Come, what the fuck, man? Like this is when he's getting overhyped.
About that right now. One thing I will say about that: are they of the same generation? I don't know if they're in the same. It depends what we're talking in terms of generation.
Kind of wow. Because at the same time, people are raving about De Bruyne. Modric was winning.
They're not because. If I think correctly, if I remember correctly, Modric is 36, and how old's De Bruyne? 20.
He's 30, nearly 30.
So you're talking 6. They really?
Luka Modric was 32 and winning 3 Champions Leagues in a row. That's level.
Yeah, I'm not. Hey, Ryan, I am not disputing you talking about Modric's quality. When he was at Spurs, I wanted him at Manchester United when he left. Like he's top notch. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying.
Yeah, when we're talking. Not as playing against each other to win them. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not disputing that. I think Modric he isn't given the amount of credit he deserves. I don't think him or Cruz are. I don't think they are because
both of them
together boxed them. Yeah, Cruz is in that. But I think what it is with Modric, because he had Benzema, Ronaldo, Bale, and Cruz, you're kind of like the forgotten guy because of them 4 I just mentioned. And that. Not that he's bad. You're just
Modric was better than Cruz.
To stand out.
Modric is better than Cruz.
Cruz is unreal as
well. Modric is better than Cruz.
I don't know about that.
Modric is better than Xavi, better than Scholes, better than. He's not better. Iniesta's better.
Relax.
You're chatting trash. You're chatting trash. You're chatting. You're chatting. You're chatting shit. He's not better than Xavi. He's not better than Xavi.
Modric is a superb player and he's very underrated.
He's better than Xavi.
All right, time. Oh, let me get to the super chat before we continue this. Big up to big up to a man like Mo. He says, big up Yannicka and Eleanor. Them, I think them, even though he's saying them, man, them women know about my spaces. That first pen was a howler. You'd get 15 of those in the Premier League. I would say on the first one, it has to be. As soon as it happened on the screen, I said, that's a penalty. Once you come flying out of the goal like that, yeah, I know Eleanor is your guy because it's Lloris and that, but once you come flying out of the goal like that, if you don't get that, I've seen him do it.
Hey, it's all international today. No Tottenham slander.
Yeah, it's not Tottenham slander. We're just saying that he is rash. Today. That's a penalty. The Mbappe one.
You see why I'm not wearing this hat today? And why I'm wearing this hat?
The thing is with Lloris, he's a brilliant shot stopper, but he is very rash. He makes really weird decisions at times. And I think that's always been a letdown. And obviously his distribution is poor. But generally, he's like one of the best shot stoppers if you single that out. But other than that, there are so many holes in his game when he does do these things. When I say I don't want to replace Lloris, it's because I don't. That's not a priority for me. There's so much worse in that team than Lloris, but I do understand fans that say we got to get rid of him. But you got to look at the rest before we start looking at him. But yeah, I think he's got flaws, and he will always do stuff like that. Like that's just him.
The thing is,
before you get any players, you need to get a manager. You need a manager, Elena.
Yeah, they need to get a manager.
But we also need some players gone. We haven't even sold Deadwood. I get not buying. Like I get not buying, because of you need a manager to buy, but you can sell the dead one. You don't need Conte to come in and tell you Sissoko's not a good player. You don't need Conte to come in to tell you Dyer's not a good player. Like, just start selling, and then we can look to buy. But at least sell the.
Speaking of Sissoko,
Nippon, one sec. Nippon, let me just get to the super chat here from Mo again. He said, "Let me get to the super chat." He said, "I meant the France one. Sorry, the shoulder badge. That's where I was going to get to." So yeah, the first one I think from Luis is the second one. I said it at the time when I seen it. I'm like, is it soft? Yes. If it was given against Manchester United, I'm honest enough to say yes, I would be kicking off about it. But the defender has been careless there. Semedo doesn't need to engage with Mbappe. The pass has been overhit from Pogba. Mbappe is quick, but he's not making it there. But because he's so worried about Kylian, that's why he's made that contact. Because that's how worried he is about him. So you've given the ref an excuse to give the penalty. Like I say, it was soft, but if that happens to me, if I'm a France fan, I'm shouting for that.
I think it was good defending.
See that? I think it's needless. You know what I'm saying in that. But you say you've been watching Lovren for the past few years, so you would think it's good defending.
Don't disregard Lovren, innit? Lovren's clear with Joe Gomez. We shouldn't have
You just Lovren all the time. You just Lovren all the time. You called You called Gomez a pacey Lovren. You called Gomez.
I said Joe Gomez. I know you called him that.
No, you called him that. No. You called him that, and I pissed myself laughing. You called himself. Oh yeah, love to everyone. Who is it? It's one of your peoples in the comments.
Lovren's clear with Joe Gomez.
Remember when England played Croatia in the Nations League? Remember when England played Croatia in the Nations League? Joe Gomez Joe Gomez had a better game than Dejan Lovren.
I've seen them both play week in, week out for my club. Lovren's better than him. Joe Gomez is shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, can I?
Go on,
I was going to talk about. Can I take 2 points?
Hey, Nippon, let Wayne go, yo. Nippon, let Wayne go. Go on, Wayne.
Yeah, he is. He's better than Joe Gomez.
Go on, Wayne.
We'll talk in a minute. I've got two. I'm going to say about Modric quickly. Modric is very underrated as a midfielder. What he does is very underrated because he's never gets spoken about. He never makes a fuss. You don't hear any issues with him, but he always does normally a 10 out of 10 performance. So fortunately for him, Mount put him in jail. Mount had him, or I was saying in the same finals.
Yeah, these days.
Some simple as that's it. But Modric is great. But anyway, apparently the situation. Obviously, I was watching the Germany game, but I got to see glimpses. It looked like Hugo Lloris think he was in a boxing match, not in the football match. In the first one, the second one did look very harsh. It looked like he was too scared to let Mbappe get past him, so he made an effort, and he shouldn't have done it.
Worry. Yes, it was the worry.
And
yes.
I think the third one, what I got a glimpse of, is one of those that can be given and can't given. It's one of the half ones, but it should never be in a situation where he should be given. He shouldn't, the defence shouldn't be given that opportunity for the referee to say it is a penalty, or the VAR say it is a penalty. But yeah.
And that's my point on it. Like, it was needless. Like I say, yes, it was soft. Obviously, when we was on the watch along together, and that's what I was saying about him. Like, yes, it is soft, but because he's so worried about Mbappe, that's why he's made contact. Just let him go. The pass was overhit from Pogba. It was never, ever. He wasn't getting there. But then you've gone and done that, and then the one on Kunde with the handball.
I think we have to also.
He's a yard away. Yeah, go on, Ryan. Go ahead.
I think we also have to put praise on Olabio Pogba for that pass for that Benzema goal. It was pure filth, man.
Ridiculous.
It was a ridiculous pass, man. Ridiculous.
Great run as well. I can't remember who he ran the back off. I can't remember which defender he ran off the back of. You know what I'm saying? But it was a great run by Benzema, and the finish was quality as well. That's why I say he's the best midfielder. Nah, I hear you. I get what you're saying. It was quality. It was quality. YG Jazz is saying Mbappe just on kick and run duty all Euro so far. He hasn't been good. I'm a big fan of Mbappe, but he hasn't been good so far. He hasn't been good so far in the Euros. He hasn't been bad because he should have scored.
Hey! Mbappe's quality, man.
Yeah,
Mbappe's quality. He's overhyped. He's overhyped.
Because he should have scored today.
He's overhyped, man. He's very good. Don't get me wrong, but He's getting overhyped like Man City's boy.
Don't you dare tell me Salah's better than him.
What would you rate him?
Don't you dare tell me that Salah's better than him.
Yeah, they play different positions.
Huh?
You know me about Salah. I've said Werner's better than Salah before, even though he kind of isn't. But yeah.
Don't go there. But anyway,
I'll stop you right there. No. That's an insult.
I actually asked Walton.
There is no. I'd much rather have Salah than the German Iwobi on my team right now.
Who's the German Iwobi? Who's the German Iwobi?
Why not?
Timo
Werner.
Timo Werner.
I called him the German of. I called him the. Hey, that's disrespectful.
And he says he's a Chelsea fan. I'm not going to go there now. He's not.
Personally, Wayne, I wouldn't have that still. I wouldn't have that. Man said he's the German of Wobi. You know what I'm saying? Man said the German. Man said.
The thing is, he's missed so many chances though.
And Drogba did first season.
What
did you see happen with him afterwards?
These lot with Drogba,
so don't go there.
I hope he improves. PTSD.
I hear you, Eleanor. I hear you. Big up to everyone. Go on.
When we hit fourth, when we got fourth, and these lot, I just have flashbacks of Drogba, and I just can't.
Drogba, different gravy.
You hear him?
Absolutely.
These lot as in us, or these lot as in Arsenal?
Say again. Say that again.
These lot as in Chelsea, or these lot as in Arsenal?
No, she's talking about Drogba.
When she said these lot, did she mean Chelsea, or did she mean?
Yes. When Chelsea knocked us out of the Champions League because we finished fourth and you lot won the thing.
Oh yeah.
PTSD of Drogba.
Drogba.
Okay.
PTSD. Every time I hear Drogba, I just see him.
You're not getting any Tottenham slander from me.
Yeah, but yeah,
Arsenal.
You're not getting any Tottenham slander from me.
What kind of Chelsea?
Bad anyway.
Slandering Tottenham is like beating a dead horse.
What kind of Chelsea fan are you?
It's true.
Oh,
what can we say at the moment? Like we all
Look.
Oh my god.
What kind of Chelsea fan
Why
are
don't we
you?
just slander Arsenal? Hold up. What kind of Chelsea fan are you?
Arsenal.
And you
don't. I'll slander Arsenal all day, every day.
And you don't want to slander Spurs and you're a Chelsea fan. What kind of thing is that? What is that? You know what I'm saying? That's like Arsenal are a dead horse. You think I'm tired of kicking? I will kick Arsenal till I kick the bucket. You know what I'm saying?
Why do I say tax and everything's fine?
Flawless.
Talk to me. I'm listening.
Flawless.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the reason I slander Arsenal is because they're Arsenal.
Yeah, I agree. We're in full agreement. That's why I get on with you Chelsea boys, because my enemy is my friend. Who doesn't enjoy bantering Arsenal? Everybody does.
Man City.
That's why me, Elena, and Flawless get on so well.
Yeah, 100%. My enemy is my friend.
Enemy. That is M5.
We all take turns kicking the horse. You get what I'm saying? All the time.
Oh yeah.
But it is what it is.
Oh yeah.
We move.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna rip him a new one if he's in the comments.
Say again.
Can we talk about Scotland?
No. Why do you want to? You want to talk? You just want to diss Scotland, didn't it? Go on, talk about it. Go on, get off your chest.
I thought you were supporting all the home team.
Look, they gave it. Look. No. I will support all the home teams, but they disrespected us. I mean, like they celebrated the draw at Wembley as if they won the World Cup, and you expect that I'm not going to hold back?
All right, let me get.
Where are they now?
Yeah,
They're out of
get
the
off your chest.
I claim Ryan.
Hey, right. So let me get to the super chat. Big up Mo again for the super. Hey, don't ever. Hey, talk patting your sister, yeah. Get me, because we brethrens in that. But you see this type of stuff, I'd rather she diss my mom.
You said that she was your favorite, innit? So
no, she's not anymore. Now it's you, innit? You know what I'm saying? Now it's you. Now it's you. Ever say this? This is now it's you. Don't ever say this.
Always.
Don't ever. Yeah, I'd rather you diss my mum. You know what I'm saying? Like rather than ever say
do you remember when you tried? Do you remember when we tried to recruit Savannah instead of Yan City?
Yeah.
Exactly.
No. There's no we. Go back and check the messages. We. I know France just played. He did. I don't know where this we stuff is coming from. Are we Fred? I didn't know we. But yeah, imagine I ever deep down. Hold up. Wait. Hold up. I just gotta address this because it can't get any legs. No, I do not rate Arsenal. Let me just address that just very quickly in it. Let's get that out of here expeditiously.
He does, guys. He does.
Savannah's working like 7 years, guys.
Yeah, Savannah, I don't know what's going on with her. It's tired. I know she's got kids to look after. It's 5 to 12. She might. I know it's late in it. That's why I put it down to in it. But big up to Mo for the super chat here. He says we don't claim Ryan. The Salah take is a howler. Jan, I heard your boy Diaz was better than Van Dijk. Look forward to discussing that with you later. I'll get to you first, Jan City, in terms of Diaz being better than Van Dijk. Your thoughts on it?
No one said he was better than
yeah. I need to get into this as well.
No one said that. The only thing that I will say...
Yes, no.
Give it.
One at a time. Let her finish. Let her finish.
Concede 7, innit? Come at me when he concedes 7. That's it. I've got nothing else to say.
Come at me when he wins the Champions League.
You really think he will never win a Champions League? He's 23. What had Van Dijk won at 23?
He's not won one yet. So at the moment,
let me know what Van Dijk had won at 23. Please let me know. Just let me know in the comments.
Van Dijk had health problems when he was younger.
Well, there's always an excuse.
Nah, let's be honest, man. When you watch football,
one at a time.
When Diaz, one at a time. We'll compare their trophies. That's what we'll do. Considering it's all about the Champions League, when he reaches 30, then we'll discuss their trophies and compare and contrast in that.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, but Van Dijk's had a year taken out.
Well, Ryan. We'll compare then.
Jan City, back to this in terms of the whole Diaz being better than Van Dijk. I let before you and Ryan get back and forth about it, which will happen. Your thoughts on that? Like you're saying, you never said that.
Right, what happened was when Diaz came in, obviously he's improved Man City's defense. We've gone on to win the league. We've got into a Champions League final, and he has been really good. So what happened was, obviously, the comparisons between him and Van Dijk came in. The reason why they came in is because Van Dijk has been the best centre-back in the league. So obviously, when you're the best, every player that's good gets compared to that player. So it's not offensive to compare anyone to Van Dijk. That is the level that people are comparing. It's like De Bruyne. Everyone gets compared to De Bruyne for a reason. It's not because they're all exactly like De Bruyne. It's because De Bruyne is the bar, and that's what you're comparing.
Like strikers getting compared to Kane.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you have that best player in the league,
the reason, sorry, Jan, to cut you off. The reason why I like that because Eleanor fits in well here because she see how she navigated that towards a player on her team. That's why she's here. You get what I'm saying? She could have said any top striker, but she was like, "Yeah, Kane." That's what I'm saying in it. Because any one of us would have navigated it towards it. I would have said a United legend. Yeah, Jan City would have said Aguero. Wayne would have said Drogba. You would have said Drogba. Everyone could have navigated that comment to their team in it. That's why I love that.
It happens all the time. It's like if there's a midfielder in general, it's like Kante. These players get mentioned for a reason, innit? So one, it's not offensive. Two, the comparisons are there because when Van Dijk came into Liverpool, he improved Liverpool's defense dramatically. That's what Diaz has done. Okay, yeah, you can argue we had a more expensive defense. But in reality, we were conceding 5 to Leicester. We weren't doing very well. And we were like bottom of the table, like bottom half of the table. So when he came in, that changed. So that is why these comparisons have been made. What happens is with fans is, like I say, people always take it one step too far and start saying he's better than Maldini and all this crap. And then what happens is...
Shots at Lewis.
You get
shots at Lewis. That's a Lewis shot. You know what I'm saying? Shots at you, Lewis.
But that's what happens. And then what happens is, then opposition fans, rather than saying, I mean, he's good, but he's not as good as Van Dijk, or he's good, but he's not as good as Maldini, they start saying, oh, he's shit, Van Dijk, clear, and all this stuff. And then it just makes the argument. Yeah, but the thing is, you can say he's clear, but what a lot of City fans are saying is that he is very good at 23, so he could become better than Van Dijk. I'm hearing Liverpool fans say that under no circumstances will he ever be as good as Van Dijk. We don't know that. We don't know that yet.
I don't think he will. I don't think he'll ever be prime Van Dijk.
But Cristiano
Ronaldo is something, Jan.
the best
One
player
sec, Nippin. One sec. I just wanted to get this clear, innit? So how old's Van Dijk now? Is he 20? Is Van Dijk? Oh, 29. And Ruben Diaz is 23. So yeah, I think it's kind of unfair because the thing is, Van Dijk hasn't even finished being Van Dijk. So that's why I always find these comparisons. Van Dijk could come back and be much better than he was from before he left. He could come back and be worse. This is what I'm saying. You can't. It's tough to be comparing players when they still have like Van Dijk could come back and Liverpool could dominate for the next 4 to 5 years, or he could come back and he falls off. Same way Diaz next season could fall off, or City could dominate. Like you have to wait until these men are 35, 36. How are we comparing man's highlight reels when they even finish like their highlight? The race is not done yet, so that's why it's very, very unfair in that. Yeah, Lewis, she's taking shots at you and that. I'm saying, was you, Lewis?
No, I'm not.
It was. She said you got people out here claiming defenders are as good as Maldini.
No,
that's what she's saying, isn't it?
Listen, I didn't know that you could play Christensen to Maldini. To be honest, I didn't know that. But I'm sure he has. I'll take your word.
He calls him the Danish Maldini. But we.
Oh yeah, does it? Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But this is the thing, like. The problem that I have with Premier League fans is when you watch your team, obviously you have a sort of, when you watch your players, you obviously idolize them more than others. So, it's like when you talk about players in the Prem, you always get fans saying, well, this player on my team is better than that player on your team. But the reality is, unless you watch that player week in, week out and actually look at that player, you don't know that shit. Do you know what I mean? And it's like one poor game and it's like, oh, see, shit. You know what I mean? If we went off that Aston Villa game for Van Dijk, we wouldn't be thinking he was a good centre back. Do you know what I mean?
Man got moved to on.
You can't just pick one game and be like, oh, he was shit. But that's what I'm saying. You can't pick one game. But Liverpool fans are waiting for Diaz to do something wrong and he's shit.
He's overrated.
That's what happened. He's overrated.
No, Diaz ain't shit.
Can I do that?
Yeah, but that's basically what you're saying.
Hey, Nippon, let Ryan respond.
We don't know. We don't know that yet. We really
let Ryan go.
So at the end of his career, then you can say he was clear of him. But right now, at 23, 24, bear in mind, most centre-backs are not in their prime at 23. Most centre-backs are not. When we bought Vincent Kompany, who has been our best centre-back so far, right? Kompany was brought in at Man City at 22 years old, and he was not a defender. He played in the midfield. He became a defender at 23, which is the same age that Diaz is. So this is what I'm saying. At 22, you would have been saying Kompany will, under no circumstances, will become one of the best centre backs in the league because he wasn't a centre back. So this is what I'm saying. It's in terms of what's happening right now. The comparisons are there. One, Van Dijk is the best in the league, and two, because he had a similar impact on Man City. That's why the comparisons are there. People aren't saying. You're obviously going to get City fans that are saying he's better, and you're going to get Liverpool fans saying he can never be as good. You're always going to get that.
I think that's fair in terms of that's a fair comparison. You can argue who's had the one thing I think you can do with those two is argue who had the better impact on their two clubs. That's why, because they had very similar. Van Dijk went in, transformed Liverpool, they won the Premier League. Diaz went in, they won the Champions League.
I think Van Dijk had a bigger impact. Yeah, because thing is, City had one season where they finished second in the league, which ain't a bad season. But they'd already won league titles and stuff recently anyway. We hadn't won shit. And Van Dijk comes and we win the Champions League and Premier League. Like Diaz still came into a team that had recently won Premier Leagues. So that's why I think Van Dijk's had a much bigger impact than Diaz.
I wouldn't say much bigger. He transformed them. He transformed them. You can argue who's bigger, but he definitely 100%. And I hate both your clubs, so I'm being like completely non-biased here. He did what Diaz did to City was very similar to what Van Dijk did at Liverpool. You can argue who's a bigger impact, but it's massive. If you take Diaz out of their side, look at what he's doing with John Stones. John Stones has never looked like that.
We were in for Diaz. Can we just cry?
Oh, come on! I didn't know this.
We just because we wanted him, but we just didn't pay for him.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, we wanted him, and then obviously
Levy
tax.
Do you know?
Like, oh, Levy tax. Like, oh, there's a good, whatever. And then City came in, and they were like, no, we want him. We were like, all right, we're not even gonna try. Just all right, just bow out. Like, there's not even.
Nah, that's fair enough. Big up again, Mo.
Royal money. There's just anyway. that means we had to play Dyer all season. So please, everyone's talking about it's the best now, and I'm just like,
real
should have told the Spurs fans.
That's true. Yo, Nippin, you're breaking up, fam.
Flawless. I say the reason why I say that.
Jump out and jump back in. You're breaking up. Sorry.
Obviously, Diaz is quality in it. Like he is. In all seriousness, like Diaz is quality. But I think Van Dijk is clearer in person because like I look at Van Dijk and I think, fuck me, like this guy's just unreal. Like I know Diaz's age, you know, he's 23 and he's still got a while to go. But I just look at the way they both play. Diaz is kind of, I see him making a lot of like last ditch blocks and tackles and everything like that. Van Dijk don't need to do that in it because he never has to be in. He never gets into a position to do that because he just doesn't make mistakes. Whereas Diaz, you know, didn't Maldini say that if you're having to make last ditch blocks and tackles, you made a mistake in the first place? I see Diaz, and Diaz is quite, don't get me wrong, but Van Dijk, man, like I don't see him making. I can't remember the last time Van Dijk made slide tackles and shit. Like he just doesn't do that in it because he don't need to. That's why I think Van Dijk will.
I do get what you say.
Go on. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I think Van Dijk has come to Liverpool in his prime. That's what I would think. I don't think Diaz is in his prime yet. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's not good. I've never said I think Van Dijk is the best in the league, which is what I've said. That's a fact. The thing is, when you're the best, people get compared to you. It's that simple. If Van Dijk was the third best in the league, no one would compare Van Dijk because they'd say he's not that good. When you're the best, people get compared to you. That's the way it works.
But look at that comment from CFC Krish. He effortlessly defends. That's what Van Dijk is. He just does it effortlessly. Whereas Diaz,
and that's what you get. I get what he's saying there because Mo's saying I said it because I'm hearing it based on current ability. That's a fair assessment. You can compare current players and that. Who's better? I wouldn't argue either way. If somebody, one second, Nippin, if somebody said Diaz is better than Van Dijk, I wouldn't argue them down. If someone said that Van Dijk was better than Diaz, I'm not arguing you down. You're talking two of the top centre backs in the Premier League. You're talking about, then it comes, you know what it is when it's two players who are this close. It's a preference thing. Like what you're talking about there, Ryan, is preference. Like certain people prefer certain centre backs. Like people talk about United signing the DM. There's certain DMs I like in terms of style. There's no right or wrong answer. So it's all on what you like and what you prefer. But it really is. I think it's just two teams because they're two of the top players just arguing about it, and that argument will never die. Like Ronaldo, Messi.
Yeah.
In 20 years time, when I know you, Ryan, we're gonna be debating this 100%. Like it will never, till the end of time, will it ever end? Because it's two teams that hate each other. Well, not two teams, two top players, in Ronaldo and Messi who did incredible things. And again, it's preference. What do you like and what you don't like? But
which one would you take, Flawless? Which one do you prefer?
I take what? Are you saying for my team or who do I think is the best centre back right now?
Who do you think is the better centre back right now?
Are you saying for my team? Are you saying for Manchester United or who do I just think's overall the better centre back between the two of them?
Who's overall the better centre back?
I would say I would edge it to Van Dijk, but that's not a shot at Diaz because I think Diaz is top quality.
This is what I'm saying because he's
older.
This is what I'm saying. He's in his prime. The same way, I wouldn't pick a 23-year-old company over 29 or 30-year-old company because company was better at 30 than he was when he was 23. It's just that's just facts. Do you know? And Maldini was probably better when he was a bit older and he was more experienced than he was when he was younger. Do you know what I mean? That's just facts. Do you know what I mean? That's what happens. Like the same way Ronaldo was better in his 20s than he was in, when he was 18, 19. Do you know what I mean? He was still a good player, but he got better and better as he got older. And he's still, he's one of the best because he's still at that level at the age that he is. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Like, I just think I've always said that Van Dijk is the better player, but what annoys me is when people are saying, like Diaz is shit or Diaz can't defend or Diaz is never going to be that good because we don't know.
His trajectory, one thing I will say that Jan City is spot on, his trajectory, if he carries on going at the rate that could happen, and a lot can happen in terms of injuries, a manager coming in who don't like him, whatever, but if his trajectory carries on, he should go beyond Van Dijk because if you look at Van Dijk at 23 and look at Diaz at 23, they're not the same. If I remember correctly, Van Dijk at 23, was he at Celtic or was he at Southampton?
Celtic.
No, it was Celtic.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, go on, Nippon.
Can I just say something? to answer Jan's question about not Diaz, about Van Dijk winning anything at 23, he once. Look.
What did he win?
Yes, Premiership in Scotland.
Where Brendan Rodgers
Premier League every year. Apart from Rangers won it.
Yeah, where Brendan Rodgers was doing
no. Stevie G spoiled the party.
Yeah, Nippon. I like how you're trying to defend Virgil, but even I wouldn't count the Scottish league. Everyone's
they used to
hyping up Brad over this.
It's like winning the Bundesliga with Bayern Munich.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? Back to the point I was making.
Anyway, I have a question for Elena.
Go on,
I have a question for Elena.
Yo, Nippon, 1 sec. You can ask the question.
Someone wants to say hello. That's why I'm asking.
You saying hello and that? Wow, the dog wants airtime and that. You know what I'm saying? Dog wants airtime. That's what it is. See that Sarcasm City TV.
He was growling at you guys. So he wants to say hello.
We bring you content from all people, all species as well. You know what I'm saying? We've had babies on here. We've had dogs on here. You know what I mean? Males, female, everything and that. Next thing you're going to see a robot in it. At one point, you're just going to see a robot talking.
Maybe
maybe a
unicorn, maybe a mermaid.
Hey, less at that. You know what I'm saying? Less at that.
A wet dog as it is. A wet dog as well. A wet dog.
Well,
yes. As I was saying, as he's going at me at 1 sec, Nippon, as I was saying about Van Dijk, because when he's 23 at Celtic, no one's saying in 7 years or 6-7 years, this guy is going to be the guy. Because I seen him at Southampton. Never even when Liverpool were in for him, I never thought he's the guy to transform their team. But hey, props to Klopp or Liverpool scouting network.
Man City were after him for a long time because I remember the Southampton players bought him a City shirt for Christmas as a joke because they were like, "You're going to City," and he's got a picture wearing the City shirt at training. Like he was going to City, and City, when it got to like 70 mil, City were like, "We're not paying that." Do you know what I mean? So I'm not saying that he wasn't quality because obviously he was. Man City scouting is quite good in general, but it's like if they knew how good Van Dijk was going to be, they would have paid the 75 mil. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not saying he wasn't good because he was, but we didn't know. No one knows how good a player is going to be until they come. That's just the way it works. Do you know what I mean? There's players that are brilliant but don't necessarily work at your team. And then there's other players that look poor, but then they come to your team and they're great. Like you just don't know. Every signing is a risk in it. But I think to be honest, like I would say right now it is Van Dijk. Like I'm not one of these deluded fans that's like my player's better. I don't think like that. Like I compare it from them as a player, not me as a City fan. But all I would say is Van Dijk, like really Van Dijk should be compared to like your Thiago Silvas, the people that are in similar age groups. Because Diaz is a lot younger, do you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens, obviously.
Hey, big up to you lot tuned in. We got over 40 people watching across all platforms, and we're only on 25 likes. So get the likes up on the YouTube, wherever you DM me. Everyone who's watching this live right now, get them likes up. If you're watching it back, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. Come here looking at the numbers.
Man. I need
the likes. Party, man. Yes, we have the 3K. As soon as we hit 3K, what we're going to do is the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. There will be a party for that. We will be doing a party. Will be waved. You will see all the content.
I'm so excited, man.
So you'll see myself.
Will it be an open stream? Will it be?
It won't be an open stream, but everybody you see on here, so members including yourself and all the other hosts you see on here, it'll be a revolving door. So people are going to be dropping in and out. So yes, all the members will be on. So you'll see the likes of Eleanor, you'll see Lewis, you'll see a JV, you'll see a Tox, you'll see a Dan Sillyman. All of them. I'm going to be waved because I'm doing a pre-party as well. So just members
I'm
only.
Be so waved on that.
I'm doing a pre-party for an hour, so I'm going to be by the
time.
Is that
on your boring JD?
Yeah. You're on your boring vodka, innit? Yeah. This guy.
And on Jan City, 2% high.
This guy.
I'll be shaking.
Who knows? Maybe that time I'll be tuning in from a 5-star hotel. I'll probably be tuning in. I travel a lot, man.
Do you nipping? All right. Okay, nipping out here, Moneybag Sharma and that. I see you, fam. You know what I'm saying? Moneybag Sharma and that. Yeah.
My dad owns. My dad owns a real estate business.
Yeah, tell your dad buy Sarcasm City TV. So I ain't got to work out here. You know what I'm saying? And that. Tell him buy the channel. So I ain't got to work. So man can just retire and be before I gotta get to the super chat from Ronnie said, one second, Nippin. Yo, nipping 1 sec. City finished second in the season before, conceded 34 goals. He comes in, he finished first, and they conceded 32 goals in the postseason. Van Dijk took us from fourth. I get what you're saying there with that, but again, you can't look at. Lewis says it best. Football is 50% eye test, 50% stat test. Look at the way he transformed that team. That City team was nowhere near the league title the season before when Laporte got injured. He came in and transform them defensively. Like I say, for the first time I've ever seen, and I know Yancy and Ryan are big fans of Pep. You could argue a Pep side was better defensively than it was going forward. That's the first time I've ever seen that. So to me, I have to say that. Go on, Eleanor. Go on, give us your thoughts on the super chat. You're on mute. Yo, we can't hear you.
You've been on mute all this time. No,
we can't hear you, Eleanor.
You've actually been on mute all this time.
Oh.
There we go.
Fine.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
There's a good question on the in the comments. It says,
yeah, go on, get to it. What does it say?
Of Prime Van Dijk.
Again, what is?
I mean, me.
Go on, you answer it. You answer
me to be honest.
Yeah, go on, you answer
it. Ramos, because I just love him. Like I love his attitude. I love how he's mean and horrible, and everyone hates him. Like
I'd take Ramos in. Prime Ramos. Yeah, I agree.
You're saying Ramos. You're saying Ramos.
Nipping. I say Ramos personally.
Are you saying Ramos or Van Dijk? Nipping. Yeah. We need an answer. Which one?
Ramos, because
okay,
definitely.
Ramos the only thing I hate about him is that he keeps getting sent off.
Yeah, I hear that. Wayne, what are you saying? Prime Ramos or Van Dijk? It is a toughie. I ain't gonna lie.
Do you think? I don't think it's tough, you know. I don't think it is.
Yeah, for me it was.
No,
I think Ramos.
Don't get me wrong. I rate. Yeah, go on, Wayne. You land.
I've got to look at it because Ramos gives you passion, gives you. He can score a lot of goals. He's very good in the air when it comes to scoring goals, and he takes penalties. And he's a leader. And you look at Van Dijk, who's a solid performer, gives you 10 out of 10. He does make a difference, and he's normally very solid in that back defensively. So it's hard because you're looking at either passion and goals from a defender, or solid performance and gives you 10 out of 10. So it's hard. I personally think, I would rather go for Ramos because he's a captain. He's passionate. He scores goals, and and in prime Ramos, there's not a better defender. And Van Dijk's brilliant, but that's how I say it.
That's where it goes. Like for me, because like the story of Ramos, because of all the extra stuff I call it in terms of the shithouse. Well, not extra stuff, but that takes away from his football. And because to me, is it Ramos? Yes, I pick Ramos. But when someone in the comments said, "Oh, he's the most complete defender ever," like a Nesta didn't exist, like a Cannavaro didn't exist, like a Puyol didn't. Them three I just named. To me, I think he's what he won. I'm not disputing what he won. But again, it's an age thing. It's an age thing, though, because I remember those guys. Go on.
It's Champions League because the highest thing. If he didn't win the Champions League he's won, then people would probably bring that. There's probably been better defenders, but people rest so much on a Champions League. Like if the Ronaldo, the original Ronaldo was playing now, people would be saying he's overrated because he's never won the other. That's
that's true. I've never watched him. I get what you're saying.
He never won the Champions League. If he was a good player, he won the Champions League. That's what they'd be saying. It makes no sense, but that's what people would say.
Yeah, and I got another thing as well. Some people haven't. Some people didn't watch some of these players. So when I just certain things to me, I have to remember his age. You know what I'm saying? And remember that
breaking up, he's not.
Am I breaking up? Can you hear me? I'm back now, yeah? Yeah. As I was saying, it's calm. Like I was saying, Ryan, because he's of a different age group to me, I have to remember when I'm talking these things. Because people talk about, yes, Ramos is an incredible defender, not disputing that. But the era he was in was incredible. People act like a Puyol didn't exist, for those that remember. And Nesta didn't exist. The Cannavaro didn't exist. And Maldini didn't. So when I see comments like, "Oh, he's the most complete defender ever," I'm like, you might didn't watch these guys in it. He might be the most. What people need to say is he's the most complete defender I've ever seen. So I say that all the time. Like when I talk about my goats, I'm like, Ronaldinho is the best player I've ever seen with my eyes. Ronaldo's the best number 9 I've ever seen. So someone can come in and say, "What about George Best?" Well, I didn't watch George Best, so I can't say so. You know what I'm saying in that. But it is one of those. But yeah, moving off this topic as well, obviously the Euros, the group stages concluded today. so we know who everybody's playing in the round of 16. So we'll discuss that before we go. You continue to get your questions in as well, and if you are, remember, your comment will take priority like a super chat. So I'm not ignoring anybody. We got obviously 6 of us on the panel. There's so many questions coming in as well, but we are going to get to the Euros also. 1 second. We just pull up the fixtures.
Question for everyone, by the way.
Go on,
Question
then.
for everyone. What are all your favorite teams outside the Premier League?
Favorite teams?
I wouldn't say favorite. I have a soft spot for certain teams at certain moments because of players. So I remember certain great
I like
teams.
Brighton.
No, surprise. Man said Brighton, you know.
Outside the Premier League.
He said outside the Premier League. He said outside.
Come on, man. We know you like Potter, but come on.
Yeah, serious. Relax.
You know what?
Any team with Potter managers, you know.
I used to
Go on, Jan.
I used to watch a lot of Atletico Madrid because I loved Falcao, and then he went and joined bloody United. But I loved Falcao, so I used to watch them. Like I used to watch like City, and then I'd come home from the game and watch them like every week. I wouldn't say I do that anymore. I haven't watched them in years, but that was a team that I watched. I would never say I support another team because I only support City. But they were a team that I watched. Obviously, Barcelona in their prime years were just unreal. So
I was going to say a joke, but it doesn't matter.
Do I need to say the team that I support out the Prem? Or does everyone already know?
Nah, go on. Who is it?
Obviously, it's PSG.
We don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm with you on that. This is why we get on. This is why I like you. This is why we get on.
Yeah, see, I've got to support my Argentinian father. Like,
Yeah, your guy Pod.
Elena, you're shameless. You're shameless.
She fits in. She fits in.
I absolutely love him. You don't understand. You don't understand my love for him. I actually don't think you understand.
But you can't have him. You can't have him.
I had him already.
I
already had him, mate. You can't have him.
I definitely want to hear that story. I definitely want to hear that story.
Look at Wayne getting sassy over there. I want to hear that story.
We have Tommy Tuchel. We have Tommy. Oh,
yeah, don't worry.
Hey,
it's that, but
why don't you?
Hey, why don't you go down to White Hart Lane and start singing songs like "Get Out of Our Club"? Get out of our club.
Wait, speaking of going down to White Hart Lane, Nippin, was you not there at the protest? The Spurs protest? What happened?
There?
I was.
No, you was there, Eleanor. Nippin was there as well. How come you went down? I'm just asking.
Doing it.
What happened?
With Tottenham.
Yeah. I know you went. I'm asking you why. Like why you went to the Spurs one.
Look. When it comes to corruption, rivalries go out the window. I mean, 100%. They hate us. We hate them.
Facts.
But rivalries go out the window
I was just asking.
when it comes to protesting against corruption.
Yeah. I hear that there was an Arsenal fan at the protest I went to at OT, and I didn't even slander him the whole time. Like, we find the same. I couldn't believe it. You get me? We were singing together. It was crazy. Man had an Arsenal shirt.
I didn't see you though, Elena. I didn't see you. I bumped into Toby.
They sung about Portugal.
I bumped into the brothers who run We Are Tottenham TV. I bumped into Toby, I bumped into Holly, and I bumped into Mel.
There you go. You've seen everybody. You know what I'm saying? You've seen all the Tottenham hierarchy.
Not many, but you've seen top of them.
He was. Big up to Mo again for the super chat here. He said Eleanor chose Ramos because he's an instant legend. I think everybody chose Ramos. Like I said, what I don't like.
Yeah, Ramos is clear of him. Let's be honest. I love Virgil, but Ramos.
For older people, let's not talk like Ramos was clear of every one of his generation. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't clear of, and this is for I'm talking. If you are. I was trying to think. If you weren't watching football in the 90s, I'm not, and early 2000s, I'm not talking to you in it because I'm talking about people who've seen Prime Cannavaro and seen Prime Nestor and seen Prime Yapstam. He's not clear of any of these guys. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's getting any of them.
People.
No, I was just gonna say, like, it's sometimes quite good because I used to do a show called Football Heritage, and like we had C on there, who's obviously older than us.
Mm-hmm.
And like
he's my guy, innit? He's my guy, man.
Like the way he big up Steve if you're watching, but the way he like sees football is different because he's older, so he's seen more players. Do you know what I mean? So he was saying the best he's ever seen is Maradona. But like our generation, it's like Messi, Ronaldo. But it's like anyone that saw Maradona. And what the thing with Maradona is Maradona was like one guy in a team of pretty much, I'm not going to say nobodies because it's probably disrespecting to good players. He was the guy in that team, whereas a lot of like Messi's had a lot of good players around him. Ronaldo's had good players around him. So it's different, but obviously I haven't seen him. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, Maradona was the best ever because I haven't seen him play, you know? So it's different. Like my dad is very old. He's seen everyone.
Hey, long live Palestine. How old are you though? You know what I'm saying? If you think, how old are you? This is what I want to know, innit? How old are you? Because there's no one in our age bracket. Very few people that are going to clear. You don't understand what clear is, in it. You don't understand how good Puyol was. You know?
Clear, that word, because to me, clear is like they're not in the same.
Prime Nesta is better than Prime Puyol.
And I think a lot of people see
Prime
clear
Nesta is better than Prime Puyol.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't mind the better than. If you say Ramos is better than a Prime Puyol, that's cool. I'm not gonna argue you down about better because you're talking the top guys. But when you say clear, like they ain't in the same ballpark. Like one's A level and one's B level. Like no, Puyol's A level. Wherever you have him, whether it's A minus, A star, A plus, whatever. You know what I'm saying is he's in that bracket. Puyol can stand up next to anybody. Same way so can Ramos. What I don't like is the clear word. People talk about he's clear.
That's why when people say a player is clear. To me, it's like they're not even.
Yeah, they're not close at all. Like, no.
Sort of, whereas I think some people mean it as he's a bit better than, which is a different conversation. I think that's what it is. But Mo, that comment they said about Ramos being a legend, he meant for Tottenham. So he's saying, of course, you pick Ramos.
Yeah. He just told me that as well.
No surprise.
That's what
this is my point. And this is no shot at you. He says he's 21. So you're hearing from other people, which I understand.
Barcelona on the pet. 21.
And this is my point I'm saying. Like, that's my whole point. Go on, Ryan.
How long ago?
CFC Krish is saying the Haaland deal is off.
To who? To Chelsea?
I was going to say a joke in it.
Probably sold Sancho though. You can't sell both.
Sure. You don't get Kane.
Yancy, what do you think of Haaland?
I love Haaland. You know I love Haaland.
So wait, the Haaland to Chelsea deals are.
Oh God! You can't smoke no one though. You can't smoke no one.
One at a time. Go on, man. I want to hear from the Chelsea fan. Well,
I'm not smoking Haaland. I'm smoking Yancy because of a love of Haaland.
Yeah,
the deal with Haaland is because obviously I got someone in the inside. The deal with Haaland is a big Brambush deal, and he's working on its own. He's not working with anyone else but himself. He's got the money. He wants to buy him. No costs without, you know what I mean? If it falls through, the one person they want, and I'm not saying to the Lions here, and I'm sorry, is Kane. And they will try and beat Man City for Kane, whatever it costs. But the problem is,
to the Spurs fan,
we're not getting Kane. We're not getting Kane.
One sec. Nipping one sec. Let the Spurs fan go on.
Is the problem because Levy is the hardest thing to deal with because he doesn't deal with Chelsea.
Let me
Spurs fan.
Listen, if Spurs sell Kane to Chelsea, I am done. Like I am done. I'm done. What I would be done. That is levels of Sol Campbell. Like I actually like.
Ellen's been waiting for this.
Like, I'm done. Like, there is no way if Levy does that, I'm the first person at the stadium every fucking day protesting he's out. That is not how. Don't care 200k, 250k. I don't care. You do not sell Kane to Chelsea. Sell him to City because I can deal with that. Do not sell him to Chelsea. I would actually be done. Like I'll be like, give me addresses. Like I'm done. Like
thing is, we was going to offer Tammy Abraham and Kurt Zuma with the deal.
Listen. Let me tell you again. I don't care what you offer. Like I genuinely do not care. You could offer anything. I am not Chelsea.
And I gotta welcome this guy to the show as well.
Wayne,
normally I give wait 1 second, Nippin. Normally I give long intros, but he's just gonna come in singing champions of Europe or Chelsea or some other nonsense in
champions of Europe. We know what we are. What's everyone saying? You guys good?
He's muted. That's why.
Jan, what's this about you firing shot?
Because she said this is what she said. This is correct words. This is direct words. What she said. She was talking about centre backs, and she was saying somebody has a good season, and then people talk about this defender being the next Maldini, and I was like, yeah, that's a shot loose, and because you call a certain guy in the Danish squad the Danish Maldini, and you know what I'm saying?
Only because he is.
I mean, he scored a good goal today. I'll give you that.
Do you see his rocket? Do you see his rocket?
It was a strike. It was a strike. It was a strike.
Quite well now.
Some sexy girl out there.
Say that again, Jan. Say that again.
They might do quite well now because of that Ericsson situation, and I think the way that they got treated, because it was kind of like you have to play or you have to forfeit.
Hey Mo, one thing. Yeah. Wait, there we go. Go on. Go on.
Yeah, sorry, I was just gonna say, like, I think because of the way they were kind of told, apparently, that you have to forfeit the game or play that same day. I just think that's a bit unfair, like, because the players were clearly not mentally ready. And even if the players turned around and said, let's play, we want to play, it's kind of like they should have been overruled, even if they said that, because they're not in the right frame of mind. And obviously Finland won. Who knew? Maybe Finland would have won anyway. Who knows? But it just put them in a bad situation. And to be honest, they could have gone out of the competition because of that. Do you know what I mean? So I just think it's a bit unfair, but I think they'll be fired up now to do quite well. So I don't know who they're playing next. Who have Denmark got next? Do we know?
I'll tell you now. 1 second. Literally,
they got Wales.
Yeah, Wales.
Yeah, so I think they'll probably beat Wales. I would say.
We got Wales.
Yeah, Bale has shots like that. He's definitely gonna beat Did you see Bale?
Elena, can I ask you a question? How did you feel with Ericsson? What happened with Ericsson? Because obviously you know him more better than any of us.
Oh no, honestly, it was the shock. It was heartbreaking. Like, honestly, it was heartbreaking. You got to remember the stuff. Not like this is players I saw in my own eyes. I loved. I've got shirts of like this is. It was a big deal, but I'm very glad to hear he's out and he's doing well and he's doing better. Just it's heartbreaking. That's happened to any player. It's heartbreaking. Like no matter who it is. I'm sure everyone felt it, but like that's Spurs.
Yeah, 100%.
Here's a. Can I say something about the Kane to Chelsea thing? Yeah. Look, I am 100% convinced that it's not going to happen. Clip this. If Kane goes to Chelsea, I'm going to put hashtag on each of my thumbnails. COYS. Come. I'm gonna.
Don't say now. Don't come.
My finger.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm gonna put nail paint. Come on, you Spurs! On one of my fingernails.
No. We can't help you more than what we did. We helped you get fourth, even though you already won the Champions League, but you still wanted that little backup. And we can't give you Kane. Like, we just can't. Honestly, I'll be done. Done.
Hence why I said that forfeit. I know it's not going to happen. Hence why I said the forfeit.
Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd make it very, very clear that I am.
Look.
I am not okay
I'm
with
not
that.
I'm not deluding myself. I'm one of the real ones.
Said, to me, it's Sol Campbell level of
How Arsenal are a bigger enemy to you than Chelsea.
Honestly, this is probably it's our best our best goal scorer pretty much, in how many years. This is a Tottenham legend already, even though he hasn't won anything. This is someone that is like in our leaderboards forever, like just like Ericsson is. But Kane is the closest we're going to get to a Mr. Tottenham ever again, and to see him leave is going to
Jimmy Greaves.
Huh?
Yeah, I understand that. Leaving to another London club, 100%. I fully understand why that would grind your gears.
I hate Arsenal more, but I hate you lot as well.
Hashtag. Remember this: if he leaves, hashtag COYS. S. Remember that
Well,
forfeit.
he's leaving, but I just hope not to you. I mean, Yannicka, you can take him. It's
Look,
you can
look,
take Kane. I understand.
look.
Like at least I understand.
I don't think we'll get him.
Look, as much.
It
Look,
does depend on the offer. Levy
Look, as mad as this sounds, I don't want him coming to us either, just for the sake of your fans. I'm actually starting to feel sorry for you guys now.
Okay. Well, I don't think Yanni's saying she doesn't want him. I think she's just saying she doesn't think she'll get him. Different.
Do you know what? Like
she's not a fan.
I'm not. Do you know what? I'm not actually a fan of Harry Kane. What I have said is that if he was, because I think he's going to cost a lot of money, because he's not going to cost 100 million. He's going to cost well over that. And because he's going to cost well over that, I don't think Man City should pay well over that. And I don't think Levy will sell him for less. Yeah. So that's why I think I can't see him coming to City. I've always said I would prefer like Haaland if I had to go, because if you get like a Haaland, you can sell him after for big money. So it makes sense financially, even if he costs more. Do you know what I mean?
I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back, guys.
We'll nip him. Go on, Eleanor.
Younger player, you know, doesn't have the injury record of Kane. You know, Kane's bottled a lot of big stages. I don't want
Lewis.
Quietly. So I do get that as in why you'd want Haaland more, but I'm saying if you wanted to get Premier League credibility and, you know, someone that has done it in the Premier League, scored X amount of goals.
Yeah, makes sense.
Then I get the purchase, but I do get the fans saying they'd rather Haaland. I think if I was in that position, I would as well. But I do get, I don't think City would. I don't think City fans, I mean, you can obviously answer for this, but I don't think City fans will say, like, yeah, it's a bad move if we get Kane, because I think you put you create, you know, 30 odd chances against us. He's probably putting how many of those away? Because you lot struggle to score goals. Like, you just struggle to score.
Yeah, he will. He will get loads of goals. I've always said if he comes to City, he'll get a ridiculous amount of goals. He will. Because De Bruyne puts it on the plate. Yeah.
Well, 100%. I've said this already about any form of any decent striker with the amount of chances you create will score goals. You know what I'm saying? I said, I want Kane in it.
Yeah, Prime has always wanted Kane, actually.
That being said, I've said this before. That's where I think he's going. I was in the minority. I got shut down. I got shut down by Chelsea fans. I would never. I don't want that for you, Eleanor. We're brethren. I would never want it to happen.
And don't listen to him. He did to me. I want to go over.
But I agree with you. Do you want to know what I think is going to happen? And this is what I've been saying for a while now. I think Man City are going to bid, which apparently we already have. I think Levy is going to ask something that Man City, because you know what Man City are like. They drop out of anything when it goes over a certain amount of money. Man City will say, we're only paying this.
Do we know that's what they're like? Well, the opposite.
Well, Levy will say, like, okay, well, we want this. And I think Man City will say no. And I think Chelsea will come in with that bid. And I think Levy will think money over Chelsea. And I think he will sell him.
You know what? But then he's already got fans.
Yeah, you just don't want Kane. You're trying to think that because you hate him.
No, that's what will happen.
No, what you're saying is it could happen.
Lewis.
No, I agree with you, but
no, because we've seen this a few times now with Man United. Like when we wanted Sanchez, we paid a certain amount for Sanchez. We were like, this is what we're going to pay. They said, no, that's not enough. And then Man United came in with what they wanted and they took it. And it happened with Van Dijk. It happened with Maguire. It happened with Fred. It's happened quite a lot of times where they've said, we want this. Man City have said no and lost out. So
but again, does that not depend on the player? Like
Kane's
Harry
so good.
Kane being Harry Kane, it might push him to maybe go over. But honestly, I don't disagree that Levy will go for the money. Like I don't disagree that he will think twice. But I think he knows the image that Kane has at Tottenham. Yeah. So he would be done for selling him to Chelsea. I mean, honestly, I just think if you want to get forced out to start looking for buyers for the club, that's how you do it. Because honestly, he sells Kane to Chelsea, the fans are going to go mental.
Oh
yeah.
That. That's my point, and they will. And if they offer X amount, and then obviously there's variables. If Kane then goes, I want to go to Chelsea, or I want to go to City.
To the Spurs admin.
Hey, make sure you write a stern email as well. But we are gonna close out. Make sure it's a stern email as well. Hella stern. You get what I'm saying? Like with them. But love to everyone who has locked into the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. Obviously, you get these shows every Wednesday and every Sunday. And the last Wednesday and last Sunday of every month are the member special. Like that's why you see Nippon on. That's why you see Wayne on. Eleanor and Lewis at Sarcasm City TV family. So they just drop in whenever type of thing. Obviously hosted by myself, Yan City and Ryan. And we are going live. We're going back live in 10 minutes, people. Back live in 10 minutes for the Brazil versus Colombia live watch along, and then starting at 1:20 a.m. so half an hour after that will be the Bucks versus the Hawks NBA playoffs game 1. Timo, who's in the chat already, you can see here, he will be hosting up. Him, Peter, Harris, and Devontae will all be joining as well. So we got 2 live streams going on at the same time. So you'll see me crossing over to each. Sometimes we do that in it. Like I say, it's like BT Sport 1, BT Sport 2 in it. That's what we do at Sarcasm City.
Can I just reply
to content? Yeah, go on quickly.
Somebody asked a few times now. Abdi said, "What are my thoughts on Sane? He's a shadow of himself and that explosive young prospect at City. He looks like he's suffering a psychological block that stops him from being explosive." I don't think it's that. He had an ACL injury, and that ACL injury, some players come back and they're fine. Some players come back and they struggle. Benjamin Mendy has never got back to his best. Sane looked like he was kind of getting back to his best, but he's not quite there yet. So I think it's that injury, because that injury really fucks players over.
So Hudson-Odoi for Chelsea as well. Same for Hudson-Odoi and Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah, it happens all the time. It's a bad injury to come back from. So I think he'll be fine, but I think it's going to be slow. I would take Sane back. I like Sane. I thought he was great at City. He linked up well with Sterling. He was great for us, and he scored in big games. He was a big game player, so I would take him back, but he's not at Bayern Munich. He's not been the Sane that we were seeing in the Prem.
You expected to
Can I just reply to Prime, because Prime
no problem.
That, you know, we want Levy out, so Kane going to Chelsea would be a good thing. I said I'm gonna just say this: forget the greater good. Just care about my health, my mental health and well-being.
Yeah, exactly.
Putting him in a Chelsea shirt is just not worth it. So yeah, there's your answer.
There you go. You got your answer. Big up to Mo as well, who said big up Flawless and the whole panel. Yeah, man. Big up to everybody who has tuned in as well. And like I said, we're literally back in just under 10 minutes. So everyone who's on this stream, all of you lot who are on this stream, head over to the Copa America stream if you do like football. And if you don't like football, you're playing for basketball, 1:20 a.m. You know what I'm saying? The basket game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals will be starting. The Milwaukee Bucks versus the Atlanta Hawks. And obviously, if you've been on, even if you're not a fan of basketball, them streams are a vibe, and you can learn stuff as well. Like they're a whole vibe. We will be doing both Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals, and then the finals overall. We stay working out here. Make sure, like I said, you subscribe to the lovely Eleanor's channel as well, Lily White TV. Make sure you sub to her channel. Subscribe to Carefree Lewis's channel. Follow everybody who's on here as well. If you're following me on Twitter, you'll see all their ads, all their information, etc., etc. But yeah, man, Football Capital says, Flawless, do you ever sleep? No, I just hibernate in it. But we just out here working. You know what I'm saying? We just keep this thing going in it. But please head over there, and whether you're watching this live or watching this back, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. One word answer from everyone before we go. Literally one word. We'll start with you, Wayne. England, Germany, who wins?
I'm going to start England. Go.
Eleanor, go. England, Germany.
Germany.
Nippon, one word answer. England, Germany, who goes through?
Germany. I'm sorry, but
okay.
Germany.
I said one word, Sam. One word.
England fan.
I said one word. Hey. I said one word. Ryan, one word answer. Germany, England, who goes through?
Germany.
Yancy.
Raheem Sterling FC.
That's 2 words.
One word.
That's 3 words. That's 3 words. That's 3. I can't count.
That was 4 words.
FC's
football club.
That's the name of the name of the club. No, I think Germany.
Germany. I got Germany too. And this is facts, Ravi. He says Eleanor should be on the channel more. She's quality. We only have the best over here at Sarcasm City TV. We have the best.
I'll be
I'm
here
saying.
Now.
That's why we have Eleanor.
Officially here.
She's officially here. There you go. You heard it first. This is why you have the quality that likes the quality of Eleanor, that likes the quality of Yan City, and then you got the right hand side that's a bit meh. You know what I'm saying?
next season.
Yes, that's what we're bringing.
That's a bit meh.
But yo, love to everyone who's locked in. We're back in 5 minutes, and this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.